I've been told to come on and just be part of this sort of sensitive collective that is rising in our power at the minute. I think why a lot of people like us struggle to fit in or anything is because we have such a broad range of some might call it neurodivergency or passions or hobbies or interests or the way we move through transitional periods and initiations in our life, that no one can box us. And that is kind of how all of us are designed. Our soul is so expansive that by what Babylon does is limits our options, and we only end up sort of pigeonholing ourselves and tunnel visioning ourselves into limited views and options for ourselves, when all of us have an incredible amount of opportunities available once we start to step in to the soul's work, the soul's mission, the soul's purpose. Now, if my words don't resonate with you, cool, you don't have to stay, you don't have to watch this stuff. But if, like a lot of other channelers, a lot of other people who are just connecting to doing their soul work, doing the shadow work, integrating, embodying, and connecting to the energetic frequencies that are raising the vibration of the planet at the minute, and feeling it at a cellular level, feeling habits and karmic patterns change quite dramatically, and a whole new brain space, a whole new it's really new to me, so I don't really know if words can fit where I'm trying to place them, but how I can describe it as I'm experiencing it, and I'm struggling to get my words out at the minute. So there's a lot of us that are going through this, but how it's falling into my consciousness is there's an upgrade, and there is a completely different frequency in my head, in my ear, in how I observe myself, often third person, kind of like you watch the play out, you watch the things play out with you as a participant, active participant, if we so choose, co-creator, in the opportunities or experiences that arrive at our door. I'm experiencing that, watching myself go through things, because my higher self is guiding me. So she knows what's best for me, and she knows where I've been and what I need to do next, and the steps that add up to the bigger picture. Because a lot of us, where fear might come, or where things that are just lower vibrations, just made up Babylon bullshit, because we're all love, we're all power, we're all incredibly resilient beings from what we've overcome across the ages. And there's different interpretations. Rattlesnake, I don't know why that's coming up for somebody, but it is rattlesnake. So it could be a power animal for somebody. It could be somebody having a Kundalini awakening or Shakti, like visiting that energy a lot more in terms of finding power butterflies as well. So obviously huge transformative space. So without too many tangents, because it's just clearly like the solar flare, like today, the sun is just the one. Light codes, whether we decide to bare skin or not, it's important that our eyes and our bodies see the sun, feel the sun. I'm not going to go into my opinions of supplements and things like that, because the original vitamin D is sun ra. And things like that help brain function and cognitive function. So if we're not getting the sun now, at a time where all of this level up, this energetic upgrade is pushing us to new expansive arenas in the brain, we need to be connecting with the elements. We need to be outside, we need to be in the sun. And obviously we're mindful of that if we are of a lighter complexion, but it is... I know, as a sun seeker, and having travelled the way that I've travelled, and it wasn't easy to, you save for 6 months, and then you book a flight, and then you save for another 6 months to go out at the time, and it's all Just because one travels doesn't mean we are made of money. It means that we can prioritise our budget, and we prioritise our passions and purpose and life experiences, and we manage our money accordingly. We budget, and we don't need to do the fancy bits and bobs so that they go on Instagram. Like, everybody's going to have their own way of travelling, but it is one of the best life lessons ever. And I think at the minute there's a lot of people that we're unaware of the world that we're moving into. But while you can travel, while you can like experience the safely, consciously, like actively build our personal communities, and they don't have to just be in the country that we were born. They can be cross culture, cross country, cross continent. And these networks that are building now that I see bubbling up are just incredible. Each and every one of them has their own sort of focus of how they believe life should be, or life is meant to be, or life has been, because we've already been here before. And loads of people are taking creative approaches to expand into the future of like 2030 and do insights into how they perceive the world we're moving into. But right here, right now, this is the moment that matters. This is the moment that brings us to that future or bigger picture. And I think the tangent before was a lot of people might be feeling, uncertainty because there's huge changes, but we don't root ourselves in that. We root ourselves in trust, true faith of where we can take ourselves. Like, we are more than capable of managing what we need to manage and moving and observing how we need to, so that we create a life that is a safe sanctuary, expansive, loving environment for us and our connections around us. But the more that we connect with the elements right now, the more any of that uncertainty or whatever bodily sensations or mental narratives that we're telling ourselves now, because there's this weird change and we may not know things for certain, we have to root ourselves in just, as long as we're certain about ourselves, as long as we are certain that we know our strengths and we know our core values and we know our core value system and we know our boundaries and we know who rides with us and who we are not associating with anymore, and what matters most to us in life. And all of us will have a difference on that. And I just live simply and want to be with the elements. I don't really, need a lot. I'm not saying I'm fully out of Babylon and all things products, and when you travel you can't make your own bits and bobs, but the intention is to move to a much more self-reliant, self-sufficient, independent, natural way of living, with some naughtiness, because I love a pack of crisps. But have fun with it. It seems like it's quite a playful energy at the minute. It's quite an unknown place. It seems it's quite, as I said, the words are not landing, but also where we're going or where we're feeling now. It's not really about words. Obviously, as humans, we need to communicate our thoughts and feelings to others, so we know where we stand, and we know, like, if someone's in a place to be sociable or not, or if we're hermiting or not. So the words obviously serve a purpose in this physical 3D realm, but the connections that are going to be part of our true life's abundance and what we appreciate love, what we harness ourselves in, is telepathic, is a soul level. It's a different language, and it's not coming out the mouth. So, 922, 922. All right, well, just some sunny thoughts there. Bye.